the HEPL Library Board for September 18th. Will you please rise and do the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item on our agenda is the approval of the agenda. Do we have any changes that anyone would like to have for tonight? Okay, do I have a motion to approve the agenda? So second. That would be for Michelle and then Beth. So the next item on the agenda is an introduction of the new board member. So we do have a new board member, and Juanita, were you going to do an introduction? Great. All right.
I would like to welcome Mr. Zom on behalf of the HSC School Board. Mr. Zom is a lifelong educator and community-minded leader whose experience aligns with the library's mission to be a welcoming, literary-focused resource for every resident. His track record in HSC classrooms and buildings, as well as his continued service in our community, make him an excellent choice to represent HSC schools in this capacity. Mr. Zom has more than 3 decades of education and leadership experience, and he has earned a bachelor's degree from Ball State University, a master's from the University of Oregon, and received his principal's license from Butler University. He served as an elementary school principal at New Britain Elementary from 1998 to 2014, and my children were students there when he was the principal, and it was a great experience. He and his wife Nancy live in Fishers and have 2 daughters who are both HSC graduates. So please welcome me, or join me in welcoming Mr. Zom, and thank you for your service to them.
I'll have to ask you that my 2 children went through New Britain also during Mr. Zom's tenure. So, and they graduated from Fishers High School and live in the area as well. So great. Thank you. All right. The next item is comments from the public. We have Michelle Fuller. Do we have the timer? Okay, that's okay.
I first was to start with thank you to Andre Mitch for his 3 years of service on the board. I believe he helped bring one needed stability to the board, which is appreciated by the community, and welcome to. And so I call him Mr. Zom. Who I've worked with in the past, I'm confident he will continue to bring that stability to the board and know his passion. See all things related to that. I did want to bring up an idea that I think this library should consider. A one book, one county book club, open to all entities from library patrons and get other county libraries involved. And the Marion County Library did this when I lived in Marion County. The book I'd like to recommend is Fever and Hartley by Timothy Egan, which many people have probably read. Came out a few years ago. The chronicles the rise of the KKK in the 1920s in Pickle, Indiana, and particularly Hamilton County played in the rise and fall of the organization. With the recent sightings of Hamilton County white stickers in Oakville, I think it's a great time to study the past and recognize its importance of learning from the past moving forward. Thank you.
Next item is the consent agenda, and on that is the meetings from the last meeting, the policy committee meeting minutes, the personnel approvals, claims, and warrants. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I'll move to approve the consent agenda. Second.
All of them, that's first is Craig, and then second is Mr. Zom. Sorry, it will always be Mr. Zom. So, and all in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. All right. So any items we were, well, we've already said we were approving that. Is there anything that we want to remove from the consent? So, the 2026 budget adoption resolution, we have the information there from the Gateway Budget Forum for, the board signatures, so we will get that to you at the end of like that. Is there any discussion on the 2026 budget, resolution? I know that we had my order here last time to review all of that with this, do I have a motion to approve the resolution? Thank you, motion. That makes the motion. Do I have a second? Second. Shall make the second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. The appropriation reductions resolution, we have that. Michelle, is that anything you need to explain on that appropriations resolution, or anything you wanted to discuss on? Not Michelle, sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry, we were just gonna pass it around for you to sign.
Oh, sure.
We don't miss it. We just wanna make sure we get the signatures, we don't wanna mess that budget up.
No, on the appropriation reduction resolution, is there anything you wanted to discuss?
So this is, basically just changes we need to make, for what we had budgeted for 2025, so that we have the correct amount of money and the correct pot of money for 2026. Am I explaining that correctly? Okay.
So we just need an approval on that.
Yeah.
Do I have a motion to approve? I will motion to approve. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
You, so motion was Kim, second was Craig. All right, then moving right along, the Oleo Road expansion. I'm sorry,
Did you make both?
just now?
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
I'm sorry.
No. I'm sorry. Okay, motion to approve, we've got the first and the second, so do we would have all in favor say aye. Aye. Or, if you define, or no, nay. Okay, we go. Sorry, I was distracted with this signature.
All right, and then I will pass that one around as well. Okay. That's fine.
And is that one for the
The
appropriation?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, very good. Okay. So next is the Oleo Road expansion.
All right, we got some building grounds. All right, so yes, as you all know, we've been planning to and been looking into possibly constructing a third branch, and that would be the Oleo Road location. We've heard from the city of Noblesville that they'd like to acquire some frontage along the road. They would need some land from us to expand the roadway. We received an offer for the property. The building grant committee met. We talked to our professional consultants, and while the offer as it stands now is a little on the low side, there's things they could do in the construction of the road, widening the road that would significantly reduce our expense in the future and might make sense for us to work together. So to get the discussion started, I will make a motion that we accept the monetary figure offered by the city contingent upon these 7 items that they would do in construction of the widening of the road. Item number 1, the city would construct a center turn lane for access to the library property as designated by the library. Item number 2, the city would engineer and construct 1 right turn deceleration lane into the library property as located by the library. Item number 3, the city would agree with the engineer to construct a curb cut and entry drive into the library property up to the property line as located by the library. Item number 4, the city would engineer to construct a crosswalk for traffic control for safe pedestrian crossing within the boundary of the library property lines. Item number 5, the city would include the stormwater conveyance under Oleo Road as shown thus far by the city engineering, such that the library would be able to use the capacity shared during a recent correspondence during August of 2025. Item number 6, the city would supply a 6-inch water line to the edge of the library property. And item number 7, the city would construct a pedestrian path along Oleo and the west side of the road from 146th to 156th Street. And those are the 7. So that is the motion that we authorize our council to accept their monetary offer contingent upon them agreeing to those 7 items.
I motion to approve that. Have a second? Second, please. Okay, Kim was the motion, that was the second, all in favor, say aye.
One on plan, but just actually. So I know, a couple of the things like the crosswalk and pedestrian path. We could give them a little extra time so that those will be in place by the time. Then, but we would not necessarily need those in place prior to, so is giving the city that definition of time. So if we amended that to say those two things by January of 28,
Yeah,
is that reasonable?
and that was the walking path.
And then the pedestrian crosswalk.
All right, so I'll set that as a firmly,
And then.
I'm inventing the motion. So we'll vote again, as long as that's good. Yeah, okay, so with a motion for Michelle's adjustment to the motion, her original motion, and that's if you're good with the second. Yes. Okay, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
thank you.
Yeah. So then we are looking for a small projects update.
Okay. All right, so, just to give you a quick update of where we are with this, we have received the design drawings from KRM, and we did a page through, with KRM, Meyer Najum, and then, Matt Miller from Veritas. And just went through and looked at all the designs to make sure that everything is, as expected. The notices for the bids have been submitted and will be going out, I believe, next week and the following week. And then we should be getting those back, getting those back in. And then for the October board meeting, we will have the list of all the bids, and the alternates. So that, you'll be able to decide which projects, or which parts of the projects that we're moving forward. So we'll have a guaranteed maximum price, and then some of the items are listed as alternates. So you can decide if you want to go, if we want to do all of the things on the list, or if there are pieces we want to hold off and, just not do or do later. So we will have that for you in October. Where am I? We do have a contract from Veritas that would see us through the design and construction phases. And this is actually, we meant to get this in the board package last month and just completely forgot to do that. So I will tell you that having Matt help with these projects has just been invaluable. In every meeting, he brings up things that obviously need to be brought up that, we just don't have the knowledge that we did not learn in library school. So he's incredibly helpful, and we would appreciate having Veritas alongside us as we continue and go into the construction phase of that. So I do have that contract, and then there is a contract as well from KRM for their services for the design and construction phases. But I know we did get to you just before the meeting, so if we need to hold off and let you have a chance to read through this for the next meeting, that is totally fine.
Yeah, I think everybody that have them to look at that if that's not gonna put a.
No, Matt, that is totally fine. That things we can keep moving forward with the project and just vote on that.
Okay, do we need to vote on any of that as far as laying it up?
They need to vote to delay that,
To delay which
the KRM.
the KRM contract is not specifically on,
Well, that's good. Well,
you put it on the table, but it's not specifically on the agenda. So
We'll just do that for next month. So it is pretty thick.
yeah.
So that we have some time to look at. Okay, very good. All right.
Just so, I know, from the Building and Grounds Committee, for those who weren't there during the rest of the last project, we did not have a designated owner's rep. And it's been so much better this time. So, I'll just add that. It's been a huge benefit.
Great.
Yes, so we do just need the vote for Veritas contract.
So do I have a motion to approve the Veritas contract?
I'm going to approve the Veritas contract.
Seconded.
So Michelle was the first, Greg was the second. Any discussion? Then do we have a vote? So all in favor, say aye. All in favor, say nay. Motion carries, thank you. All right, employee handbook update.
Okay, so this is our first update in quite some time. I think it's like been almost a decade since we last updated our handbook. So, there were, and this handbook has been reviewed twice by the policy committee. So, just a summary of the changes, there was a section added on workplace accommodation. Oh, and let me just say that some of these were items that were suggested by staff, some were suggested by the board, in the policy committee, and then some were from the employment attorney that were there were new updates to the law that required changes. So that is what these are coming from. We updated the list of characteristics in the harassment section, added application of the HEPL non-harassment policy. We updated weapons of violence section, and we added the workplace violence section, updated the travel procedures and reimbursements, updated the health insurance under the FMLA section, added the non-discrimination and non-retaliation section, added the remote work section, added a timekeeping section, added a time card integrity section, and added the school activities leave section. So that's one of the new ones that came from the law, which basically says that we're required to give staff time off if they are called into the school for a meeting regarding student attendance.
So this has been reviewed with the staff already.
It's been reviewed with library administration, some of the administrative staff, and then the employment attorney that we reviewed it, and then we had it in the policy committee.
Okay, so once it's approved, assuming it is, then
And we would share it with them.
staff, and then will it be accessible to them like on the website?
Yes, we do have, we have a staff portal, and then they'll be required to read it and sign off that they have acknowledged.
Okay, good deal. All right, so I will entertain a motion to approve the employee handbook update.
Move that we update the employee handbook.
Do I have a on? Do you have a second?
Second.
That, thank you. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Thank you. All right, the next thing is the couple vehicle policy. We're out of van now, so.
Well, we don't have it yet, or it's taking a while for it to ride, so, which actually works out, because we needed to get the policy in place, so, I can tell you that the update is that they are hoping to have the van arrive in early October is when they're expecting it. But I just wanted to say that, we didn't have a vehicle policy and you requested one, but I'm actually really glad we did, because at this point, we already had 2 vehicles, this will be the 3rd, and we, just putting in writing all of the rules and procedures that we need to have in place. I think it was time to codify some of that. So this draft that we have here is based on examples that I found from other organizations, other libraries, and then just discussion with staff about, how would this work in practice. So we do have this draft. If you would like if you want to make changes, we're willing to do that tonight, but if we're wanting a lot of changes, I'm happy to send this to, do a policy committee review. So, just back.
Did everybody have a chance to look at that too?
This isn't really a question about the policy, but more like a process question. So do you have a process in place for checking out the car, checking the car from now? And
I think what it's going to go through on Communico, which is the same thing that we use to book rooms and things like that. So it would be on there, the staff, if they're going to reserve it, they can sign up and advance.
So does it require an approval? I mean, they're not out like jewelry.
Yeah, I mean, and that's it, definitely in the policy that it has to be for work related purposes, and that if there can be consequences if things are done not in accordance with the policy. And then we did get some information. We have insurance ready to go for it too, so can work with our insurance vendor to get all of the information.
So is the new person is it a van, minivan, is it a car?
Plan is for this, that staff would use it to go out to either, go out to outreach event, if the outreach van. It's because we have multiple people on our outreach staff, so sometimes they might be taking the van to one place and have to go to another. It could be used to go and pick up, the shopping supplies at Walmart. It could be used to take staff to a conference if we're sending multiple people. So we're hoping to use it for a lot of different things. And the two vehicles we have now, one is a transit van that we use to send our students back and forth, because we take books back and forth every day of the week, the Sunday. But that van doesn't have any back seats, so it's not ideal for really anything except for, moving things. And then the outreach vehicle that we have is a specialized vehicle. It also only has 2 front seats, and then the back has like shelves on the, it's a very cool vehicle. We actually should have that, so you can go see it, and it's got, but it's not really ideal for moving staff. It's good for moving, both of our current vehicles are good for moving items and things, but not so much people.
What requires somebody to have like a CDL license?
No, none of our vehicles.
We did talk last month about age of drivers, how rental car, I think you have to be 25 to drive a car. So I don't know if that would be a consideration that might be important. Someone having a 16-year-old driver, I would want them driving the library.
Sure. I think where we can put that.
I guess what do we think would be appropriate, like 18, 21, 25?
I think we have precedent with, the rental car guidelines, so maybe we could look to that as our guideline.
So the policy now, sort of the suggested policy says they have to have a valid driver's license, so they have to be at least, whatever it is now, 16. Do you have 16-year-old employees that would?
We do. We do have multiple staff who are pages. So maybe that's where it needs to go. Evidence of a valid driver's license, and then 21 years old. Yeah.
So we weren't putting anything about driver's record. I know we had talked about.
It does have that they would have to submit a copy of their, I don't know if you know this, you can go onto the BMV and download your driving record. And so anyone who will be driving their copy of that.
Would that help with our insurance coverage too?
It's really more so that, if there was something, if you have a person who's got several objectionable things, we can say that we do not want you to drive the vehicle.
I just wondered if the age guideline, what else?
So my question to you would be, is the 25 arbitrary? If you have a new college graduate that's 22 years old that comes to work for the library, you wish them not to be able to drive the van? And is there a valid objection to them driving the van? Driving record's fine. Driver's license, they graduated college, they're employed, and they can't drive the van. And it's just.
Maybe.
Do we know what other, I'm sorry,
Could we say 21?
why would we find that? Do we know what other libraries do, or is there any kind of precedent?
A lot of libraries don't have these, so. But when I asked about it, they said 70 years when it's done.
Maybe, if experience is concerned, say 21 as a floor, but then if anyone who drives, have had a valid driver's license for at least 5 years or something,
Since they were 16.
or does it have to be 5 years, 3 years, I don't know.
And kids do late.
If you phrase it that way, if you had someone that moved from New York that never had a driver's license until they moved here, would you be excluding them with giving a time period that you had to have a license?
Experience.
Yeah. If multiple people are going, I'm thinking that, they're driving the van, or are you thinking more? So it'd be one thing if they're driving the van and they got books in the back, if they're driving the van, and have people. I mean, that's two different things, it's just the liability of people above it. I don't know if it makes sense to have like two, like if you're driving these two vans that are just two front seats in the back. You know, we can allow the lower age, especially if you're interns or your younger kids, do they ever drive currently?
Well, we did have a temp this summer who was, I think, 21, and he did do this. He was a temp in our facility department. He drove the transit.
Okay. So that could be one thing, and then if it's, they're driving other, I'm just throwing this out here, so I'm just trying to put all on the fly here. We have a second, that we have to drive people, maybe we have a little bit stricter rules.
I guess I'm thinking about the driver, you know, themselves, whether it's folks or people. I mean, I would be comfortable 21 would cover most graduates would be at least 21 college graduates. They're likely to have some experience driving, and as long as they meet these other criteria, I hate to overthink it, it's just the teens driving the vehicle, probably is the best way. I hate to be bashing our teens, but you know, I just familiar.
Yeah, no, my daughter just got her permit, but I totally get that. There's been many, yeah. No, I totally agree.
So with 21, would everyone feel comfortable with that?
Good with that.
So I'll offer a friendly amendment to the approval and the addition of an age violations.
And do you want us to vote on the draft version with that caveat, or do you want us to wait till we have a final?
Either one, I mean, I feel like we have to slide that in. So where I'm picturing it is in the operating the vehicles, and there's like that 1, 2, 3, and then add something in there with that, you know, that there's method each requirement, 21 or something. Wonderful. I think I can stand.
And they're signing this as well. Right?
I think we have, there's something that says that they will, follow the procedures.
Without signing.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm trying to remember where it is in here, but.
Because just because your license is valid at any given time, you might still have your license and not be valid at another given time.
Right, and that actually does say that in here, that if they have a change to, or, you know, if there's some kind of a medical issue, you know, like if they have to start taking medication or something, that they are required to notify us if there's something, you know, happens to their, you know, if they lose their license, or if they have a medical emergency that they do, or medical issue that they do need to notify us, that it would impact their ability to drive. So. Something we're putting in here.
It was a 1-year review of appropriate skills also.
Yeah, I think so too. Every year it's reviewed, then again, Melissa, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what it's in here. We can add that. Would you like me to, like, what I could do is I can put these changes in and we can bring it back to vote on. The only thing that I would ask is that you, in order to pick the vehicle up, if you would vote to approve to allow our director of facilities to pick the vehicle up from the dealership and then drive it to the library, and then also to the location, because we're going to get it wrapped anyway. We're not having to drive this immediately. So if you would approve allowing him to pick it up and then to drive it to get to the location where we'll do the wrapping. And then we can bring a cleaned up version, and I'll make sure we have that.
If I may, one quick other thought, I don't know if this needs to be in a policy or just from like just managerial direction, but I know one of our thoughts when we decided to get the vehicle was we cut down on all this mileage we're paying out. Should we have some sort of policy or direction that if the vehicle's available and you're eligible to drive it, you should be taking the vehicle opposed to choosing to take your own car and make a mileage claim?
That is in the handbook that we just updated. There are changes in.
Right. So I will accept the motion to the facility to pick up the vans so we can get it wrapped And, basically just, driving it for now. Do I have a motion?
I'm going to approve that.
Michelle, do you have a second?
A second.
There's all seconds, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries, and we will review the final version. Thank you, I agree. Excellent work on that. So maybe we should charge for this,
Yeah.
Really?
Policy to the libraries. Yeah. It surprised me.
So, bylaws update.
If I may,
Yes.
your bylaws update needs to wait another month. If you'll recall, your current bylaws require all of you to approve an update, and you are missing 2 members tonight. So
We will move, the motion to move, the bylaws update till next month, hopefully everyone will be here, do I have a second? Second. That's the second, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries, thank you. AER accounting software.
So this is for the library accounting system, and there's not that many accounting systems that we can use to meet state requirements that meet library needs. And so the one that we're using is they have an update that's available that would just streamline a lot of the things that we have to do, that makes reporting easier, that would make him life easier. So the this is the proposal to upgrade to that new system. It does, if we it wouldn't have to upgrade, and the migration wouldn't happen until next year, but if we agreed to do it this year, then they waive the migration fee.
So just, you're looking for a motion to approve to, for that.
Yes, so we need to get, because of the pricing.
Right. So the purchase of the voice cloud, proposal. So do I have a motion to approve the purchase of this, the AER accounting software?
I'll make a motion to approve the administrator's executive recommendation on the new accounting software.
Do I have a second? Beth is the second, Craig was the first. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, so Lisa, you have a foundation update for us?
Yes, we have pushed our launch date to October 1 for a variety of reasons, but we are now less than 2 weeks away from launching the foundation. We are already accepting gifts. We've received a few from the Harvest Community attendant, and we have a gift button online. Our website is online. We're even on the app as of today, so you can find information about the foundation. On our launch day, we will be having staff members wear these T-shirts that I have on the logo, and the exam magazine tag begins here. And then the staff members who wear these T-shirts, as they wear these staff T-shirts, so they coordinate them. We also had one of our staff members here at the library made this poster for Harvest Fest, but we had some extra, so we're going to give one of these to anyone who makes a $5 or larger donation on our kickoff day. We can get a poster, and we'll do that. We don't have actually numbers, we don't have to give them, so we're going to give them the option to join us, and we no longer have to, that our board will send them down. This poster, and the possibility of that can become the thing we do. We're excited about that. Melissa and I did do the Learning podcast, and which was a great opportunity to get to talk about the foundation and some of the library things. And then we had our first sponsored event, so welcome week was this past week, and we actually had a financial sponsor for that we support us and for so we have organization and business and for so that's the business.
Any questions for Lisa? All right, thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right, the next item on our agenda is a director's report.
All right. See. So, well, we are excited to fill the management positions in our youth department. So we have a pool of really great candidates, and honestly, it was a really hard decision that took a while to figure out which would be the best fit. So I am hoping to have them at our next, to introduce them to you at our next board meeting, so that you'll get to meet them. We are also getting, the online card registration is live now. So, since that launch, we've had 119 new card registrations. So that's 119 new cards that have been issued. The ability to renew your card online is coming soon. We were trying to get everything in place to make sure that we had all of the systems ready to go for online card registration before we added the renewal piece. And I do want to say special thanks to Jane and Anna, who did a lot of the work to make everything happen, and then also to Liz, who did a lot of troubleshooting and then worked out like what we needed to do for the staff training. And then this coincides with the library card sign up month. And then Kelsey's here. Kelsey and her team have done just a great job with the promotion. This is our second year doing the show your library card and save. So if you show your library card at a whole list of places, you can get discounts, you can get free items. So she did a great job this year, and they even added new businesses. So
I just have very popcorn on my bookmark.
that was great. Yeah. So if you haven't used it, yeah, there's a whole list of places, and make sure you take advantage.
Is that on the website, the library website?
Yes. Yes, and then the Ignite Lab is very close to completion. So this is the space in Noblesville that we're converting into a maker space. You know, we get asked all the time for some of the same equipment that we have here to have it available up in Noblesville. And Megan has been doing just a really wonderful job making, she's selected a lot of items for equipment that will go into that space, and it all arrived except for the long arm quilting machine. I know I'm very excited about the quilting machine. So our goal with this equipment is that to make it available for like a small business person, that they could come in and use these items to make things, to brand, to promote their business. So the staff, we've hired staff who will be running that spot, and they're getting, doing training now, and we're hoping to do a soft launch, I think in November, and then also a ribbon cutting. So we'll let you know when that happens. It's going to be a neat space. And then the other item, we are restarting our safety committee. We had one here at the library a long time ago, and it sort of fizzled away. I feel like you don't win, but we're restarting it, and we have staff volunteers, and we've taken them from just a variety of departments, because we want to, when we're looking at our all of our disaster plans, we want to have people who are in different spots in the library working with different types of people who are working at the back, just to make sure that we're hearing a variety of viewpoints. And that we take those into consideration when we're making plans for disasters and emergency preparation. And then hopefully the plan is that those committee members will go back into their departments as ambassadors for into their departments, just to make sure that we're promoting a culture of safety. And it's not always the most fun thing to talk about, and maybe we don't always think of it, but if we have people from across the library going back to their departments to talk about it, that we can keep it front of mind. And then I'm also excited to share that I'm a member of the 2026 HCLA class, which is the best class ever. And in August, we had our meeting in Noblesville Library, and we got to listen to David Highway give a talk about Hamilton County history, and we were able to show off the CRDC and give people a sneak peek at the new Ignite Maker Lab. So it's always nice to have guests visiting the library. And with that, I'm happy to answer any questions about the director's report.
That's great. Thank you so much. I know you and your team put a lot of work into it. Good job. Any questions or comments for Melissa? All right, we will move on to the other old business or new business. Discuss. You ready? Okay, well, then I will accept a motion to adjourn. Motion to adjourn. Second. Motion with Michelle. Second. And all in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay. We are all done. Thank you.